He's more of a tough nut. Thank you. You're okay. So like we've pet our side a million times, right? We've reached up and pet that. He kind of has this random reaction every once in a while like that. So I don't know if there's anything like physical going on. Snorty and reactive all of a sudden out of nowhere. Like this is stuff we were working on day 2 and we were fine with, and then we kind of reverted without really having all that much time off. Good boy. He had like a day and a half off. Good. But that was a week ago. Good. He's still very much like just nervous with the lifestyle. I'm gonna tighten his halter just because I'm talking with y'all. He's very much nervous with the lifestyle. He loves the face pats, but there's a lot of things that still give him a lot of stress and anxiety that at this point, normally with the amount of like repetition and consistency, really shouldn't. There's also things that he's great at. I know, I'm getting you nice and close. Good. There's also things he's great at. He's really good at tying. Yeah, you're very patient when you're tied up. I can put my fingers in his mouth. The dentist did come and try to do him today, and he got started on him and did all right, and then he kind of checked out and was like, I'm not having it anymore. The leading is good. I'll show you guys some of that right now. Like, he's definitely right there with me. Although for the first time in maybe like a week and a half, coming into the round pen right now, like 5 minutes ago, step up. He decided he didn't want to, wasn't the biggest fan of that, and didn't like pull back, but sat back. I guess that is pulling back. He was sitting back a decent amount, just like refusing. He was like, nope, not going forward. And that is kind of odd because he hasn't done that since like day 1 or 2, huh, buddy? I think how athletic he is and his little stud-like tendencies are what is preventing him from wanting to like fully give in. Good boy. Good. It still is early on, but the pressure for him is a little bit too much still, and I feel like I wasn't even going all that hard and fast with him. You may have seen the other video where I was like kind of assessing how, like, you know, the training's not linear and it's okay to ask for help if you need help. Well, I did want someone to kind of get a second set of eyes on him to see what they thought, but I really can't find any trainers around here that are experienced enough. My one friend came over and checked him out, and they did a little ponying session with him. That was about it. That's all we had time for, and she's super busy, so there's not too much time for her help. But other than that, it's kind of, you know, a couple choices here with him, and one of them is continuing to chug along, but that doesn't guarantee that I'll have a horse for the competitions next year, and of course that's not what makes the whole entire world go round, but I would like to have a competition horse, so either continue with him or I can switch him out for another horse in Tennessee. I was trying to get help from someone or get another horse from Tennessee and hang on to him and just bite the bullet and pay board for 4 horses, which is a lot, but I feel like it's too early to, you know, give up on this guy, and I don't think there's an option for him to go to long-term holding. I think simply someone else would just adopt him out, and yeah, I don't think I'm really ready for him to go to that stage quite yet. I would like to keep him. It's just board for 4 is a lot. And again, I don't know if he'll end up being a competition horse or not. It would be cool if he could be, but also you'll kind of see some of the anxiety I'm talking about today. But I will just get to showing you guys that, and I'll voice it over. Like, even this is a little bit backtracking of me moving and him kind of being like, whoa. Even just the touch of this stick, I mean, before we were able to touch all over the body, and he's getting a little bit pushy with it now and jumpy and initially wanting to move away from it, so that right there is a little bit of a concern. Good boy. Good. At the beginning, he's kind of just getting more like holding his breath like when he works in comparison to getting, you know, softer and softer. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Now what I would really like to do is some of the desensitizing in motion with him. So like right here, the rubbing, but you can see he's blocking me out a little bit over there. And give him a handful of hay with one hand and scratch his head with the other. Because head scratches, it's okay, it's just a fly. Good boy. Because head scratches are something that he always likes and kind of goes to that comfort zone for. But see how he's just a little bit overreactive to things? It kind of puts him, you know, he's not an aggressive guy, but it puts him in a little bit of, I don't want to call him dangerous, but he's just a little overreactive and insensitive and very expressive with his emotions in a very dramatic way, huh, buddy? You know, it's hard to know exactly what made him kind of switch his mindset. He was always a little bit more standoffish, but we'll see, huh, buddy? We'll see what we can do to help you feel more comfortable, right? On this day, we did some flag work. We've done this before with a stick, the flag, the ribbon wand, all of it, but now we have some more reactions. And we did a nice slow warm-up already, introducing it and then going and touching each side, and this was probably about the 3rd time I went up to his side. Much more of a reaction on this 3rd time. You can kind of see him trembling here and a little bit worried, and I'm just waiting for him to settle his feet a little before I release. This is why it's really important to desensitize in motion as well, because a horse can stand still and kind of hold everything in, and even if they appear more relaxed in their body, until you get those feet moving with the tool you're desensitizing with, you don't really know what they're holding in. My biggest thing with this guy is he is a little bit unpredictable. So I can be, working him for 5 minutes with no reaction, doing a bunch of things, and then when I go to repeat it for, the 5th or 6th time, I get a reaction. His head is always his safe spot. Over here we have some more movement being added in, and I go back and forth between the stationary and the forward motion. Good, that was a nice pass of it. It's funny, he's not super reactive to the flag, it's more the movement because, I'm touching back here and there's not a single part of him that is like flinching or anything, and typically for sensitive areas you would see flinching.
Oh boy.
Checking out the flag a little bit. We did this at the beginning of our flag session too. We had probably walked a full circle around touching the legs prior to this reaction. I'm really just cutting it and showing you guys most of the reaction areas because we have a lot of I wouldn't say completely calm and relaxed. I mean, you guys can see him, but more of his settled mind state, both stationary and in motion. And these reactions are kind of just scattered around, even if we're doing the same repetitive exercise, but of course, there's plenty of pets in between everything. He really does like his face being rubbed. That's probably his favorite thing. Yeah, that's a little update on this guy currently.